Jurgen, first of all, transfers, and we're told that a deal has been done that will see Joël Matip arrive here next summer. What is the situation there, and also how likely are you to add further to the squad this month still?
Oh, in this moment there's nothing to say about it, to be honest. I don't know who spoke about things like this, or that something is fixed. When something is fixed, whatever, then you are the first I will speak about. So, nothing else to say.
Today is your 100th day in charge of Liverpool. In that time, you've had 21 games. How do you assess the start and the progress that's been made in that time?
21 games? Okay. I don't know. What's the record? I'm not sure. We won how many games? Anybody in the room who knows? 21 games, and then? Oh, well prepared. Well prepared. Thank you. Oh, okay.
You've got a 50% win record.
Pardon? It's the second best. Never want to be the second best.
Although Rafa only had 8 games in charge his first 100 game, his first 100 days, so we had 50% win ratio as well.
That's a positive news. Eh? Yeah, okay, then I'm satisfied. Everything is okay. Same record as Rafa, if I can say this, after 200 days. I hope he had a good 200-day record. Then it's okay. But it's not the time really to think about things like this too much, because after 102 days, if it's today the 100th day, then we have a very important game against Man United. And what we want to do is to make the record better. And so it was intensive time, but so far so good. So we could have done better. How always in life, we could have done worse. A lot of perfect moments, some average moments, and not too much bad moments, to be honest. But yeah, that's how life is, and football is from the middle of normal life, and so we have to carry on, and that's what we do. Now, after this time, I can say we really settled in. That's maybe not too important for you, but for us. And we had, we know much more about the club, and that's a good time until now. We had a good time until now, but yeah. In football, most important things are the results. We know this, and but we're going for it. So that's, I think, what everybody can see, and we try to improve as quick as possible. Sometimes you have to make a step back to that you can do the next step in the right direction. So that's what we did. Until now, I'm fine.
A game this weekend, which is a big rivalry in English football, and you're up against a manager that you faced in Germany as well. What have you made of Manchester United under Louis van Gaal, particularly given the criticism that he's had to take this season?
Oh, that's good. I'm not too close with the news about Man United in the last week. So I watched now this week, of course, but there was a Newcastle game. I heard about it. Was pretty different. I saw the few games, of course, though. But the stories around, I'm not interested in. So. Louis van Gaal is one of the most successful managers in the world. So he won a lot of titles, not only in Germany. And yeah, he has a special idea of football. So that as an opponent, you have to respect this. You have to work with this information. That's what we do. Newcastle was for sure a different game. Newcastle did really well. It was a special game, and but United reacted really good in this game, so I think it's always in analyze for our games, the last 3 games, the information we need, not the last 10. You cannot take this information, and it's not important because of different teams, of course, and we have to watch what we can find out if there's something changed really, or it was only because of the good performance of Newcastle. We have to see this, and then if we found out, hopefully, then make our plan and we'll play football.
Jurgen, a lot's been said about the style of both teams going into this game. How important do you think it is as Liverpool manager to entertain?
Oh, okay. First of all, I'm a football fan. So, and as a football fan, I want to. If I watch football, I like to be entertained. It's not always possible, and sometimes I need some other reasons to watch football. But I think it's one of the most important things in football, because you are only here because you're interested in. Why you're interested in? Because it's a perfect game, in my opinion, and you can celebrate big victories together. You have to go through big defeats together, and that's what football is. But between these things, you have to play football the people want to talk about. That's what I said after the Arsenal game. I don't like 3-3 too much, to be honest, but if the game is over, I have to say, I think a lot of people liked it like this. It was a lot of action in the game and a lot of goals, and so that's what football should be. And I think it's not allowed that we, at the end, okay, it's allowed, but it would not be the same game if people go in the stadium and only think about tactics and think, oh, this player have to move 3 yards left or 4 yards right. Yeah, football is not the most complicated game in the world, so everybody can talk about. So I like football because of the moments you can enjoy. It's not only a perfect goal, it's a perfect challenge. It's everything, it's a header, it's something, it's the atmosphere in the stadium, it's everything. And so, that's what I like in football. And that's our job, to try to do it as often as possible.
How important could this game be in the battle for a top 4 place?
I think a game against Man United it's for sure a little bit like Dortmund Schalke. So you can play the whole season like you want, but in these games you have to be prepared. You have to be there. You have to show your best. And obviously it's important for the table. We are close together, so both teams need the points to stay close with the top teams in the table. And for this it's important, but it's Man United. So if it would not be important for the table if we had 20 points, 20 points in lead of the whole table, then it would be important. And so that's how I understand derbies. I love derbies. To be honest, it's a salt in the soup. Yeah, so, best matches to perform.
Jurgen, can I ask you about Sir Alex Ferguson? A couple of years ago, he said, or he's told us in a recent documentary, that he spoke to you when he was smiling, and then he was leaving United in 2013. You'd signed a contract with Dortmund, but also when you came here, he said that he was concerned about you being here because he knew that you would make a difference. And there's this real intense rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United. So there appears to be this respect between you and Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah, first of all, I had a few really good moments with Sir Alex. For me, in comparison with him, a young manager, it's a big honor to talk to Sir Alex. It's for a football manager nearly the best thing you can do. Sit there and listen. Okay, to be honest, I needed 10 minutes to understand all, but then I was in a language. He is the greatest ever. John Lennon of football or something like this. So that's really impressive to talk to him. And if there's from my side, it's for sure it's a big amount of respect, because what he did in his life as a manager is, I think it's not too easy to do it again for another manager. So that's great. And to be honest, what he said about me, I don't know. Because I didn't read it, so I think it was positive because we had a good time together. That's all. But that he is concerned. He's concerned about the
good job. because of the rivalry between Liverpool and Manchester United?
Oh, that's good. That's good. But I have to prove it. So we need a little time. Now we are closer than a few weeks ago, but that's not only our job. I think Menu came a little bit from the other direction. So now, yeah, we can. Yeah. We can make a big step, but not the biggest in the season. But it's against Man United. I don't want to talk about the common situation. It's Man United. So there's enough to think about this. It's a special game for me and for us and for all the players, for the club. I enjoyed really the atmosphere against Arsenal, but I think we can do better. So and then that helps. And I think everybody who was in the stadium on Wednesday, if he or she could get tickets again, then yeah, do it again. So it's a big game, and in derbies it's easy to forget all what was and all what will be. It's only the moment. So let's go.
Jürgen, you've talked about it being a derby match. It is a northwest derby, and a bit like Liverpool versus Everton. We talk about the intensity of these games, and managers want intensity, but is there a balance to be found between 100-mile-an-hour football and also just reining it back a bit to be able to play the sort of football that you want to play? That's
always the case. Always. It's not only a derby, it's always the case. It's I don't know it's the right English word, but of course you can be over-motivated. Is this word existing? So that's possible. But yeah, you don't have to think about too much about motivation in games like this, because everybody knows about the importance of games like this. But what you spoke about, the balance between whatever, it's always the most important thing. Football is all about, everything is about timing, the right thing in the right moment. And if you don't do the right thing in the right moment, then you have to run more. That's the problem. You cannot solve it in a different way. Mistakes you only can solve with your legs. So and that's better than in normal life. Yeah. So, and that's what you have to do. So it's not, you will not win against Man United because you run 145 miles or kilometers, whatever. You have to make the right ways. That's it. But you have to defend well, because they are brilliant players in the team. They are really good players, and so that's the case. But yeah, 2 days to go, and we can prepare. That's what we try to do.
Jürgen, you've beaten a couple of the big teams away from home. You got close the other night, obviously. Aside from the points advantage, how important do you think it is for what you're doing now, the confidence and belief to beat one of the big boys at home at Anfield?
I think wins are always important. That's not a news. And so the problem is if it would be so easy to win against Man City, Chelsea, and or make a draw against Arsenal, I don't know, then everybody would do it. So it's not that easy. So, but these games you could not. I think when you saw all of them, you could not compare. It was completely different. All the games were completely different. So, I think it's only. Confidence is important, one of the most important things, but it's not only that you can get it in games against big, whatever, teams. So to be successful, you cannot decide which game you want to win and which not. So you have to take every point you can get. And we had this information that we are not too bad in games like this, but of course we have to improve. So that's all, and we could have done better in all the games, especially in the Arsenal game. Not in every moment, but in a lot of moments of the game where we were not too good. And that's what we have to try to improve against Man United. But first of all, we have to see what will be similar and what can we do again, and what shouldn't we do again. And there are a few things. And if we take the right information, then we can do better. And if we can do better, I think it's difficult to play against us, and that's very important.
Hi, Jürgen. This game has been billed as a bit of a clash of cultures. The styles of football, even the personalities of the different managers on the touchline. Do you think the difference is as much as has been reported, and how can you take advantage of this to win the game?
I don't know too much about what is reported up, but obviously Louis van Gaal and myself, we are different, but that's normal. I think I'm different to the most of the people here in this room. So I know Louis not too good, but we met a few times and we had a few intensive games. That's for sure. And I don't think it's too important. Both want to be successful, and both need to do a lot of work to be successful, and that's what both try. But yeah, it's a different idea of football, but that's not. Yeah, I won't say we had a better idea, but only it's another one. It's not at the end. It's not about possession and counter pressing or something like this. I don't think we have a similar number of possession in the games. I'm not sure, but I think we have, I think, 50-something, 6 or something like this %. I'm not sure how much Man United, but it's always about possession. When there are a few small things, we are different characters. That's normal, but he's more experienced. And I'm maybe a little bit more lively on the sideline. It's not always good, how you know, but not too easy to change. Both things are not too easy to change. So at the end, we will see. The good news for everybody is it's not one-on-one. Van Gaal, Jurgen Klopp. Okay, then had a little advantage maybe because I'm a little bit younger, but so we have to trust our players and then go.
Carl? Yeah, good. Roberto Firmino's best performances have probably come against City, Arsenal and Chelsea. In your opinion, is there such a thing as a big game player? Or is it just against those teams that may be less defensive than other opponents?
Chelsea less defensive. Arsenal this day less defensive. I saw a lot of players between Roberto and the goal. When he made a goal, so it was full box, all bodies in the box nearly. No, it's always Roberto. Everybody needs time. Roberto needs time, of course. So he settled in. He went better and better. Yeah, then he had to play very often, little. But too intensive, that's the problem. We can't. Sometimes we couldn't change when we want, so we had to change in another moment. All the things what happened. So and now it's a good moment. He was at Stoke in a really good moment. So it's not a big team, only against big team player, for sure not. But I like these matches when a player shows, and I don't care about the opponent, when a player shows what he's capable of, what he's able to do, and that's one of these games. But how always he's young enough to do much better and to do much more often. That's the job we have to do, all of us. And so, yeah, it was good. So we can go on. Next time, try to be better. That's it. But now he got a lot of information for himself, how he should react in this position, what he has to do, when he has to be in the box, when he has to be not in the box, when he has to come and play with us, when he has to go and push the last line back, things like this. So it's not a position he played 500 times, and so. It's all about learning. The problem is we have the whole life is learning all day, but we have always very important tests. So, and if you are not, didn't make enough improvement, so then everybody say, yeah, you didn't work, huh? That's not true. We are always working on it, but it's not always enough time between the games to see the big steps. But now that was a really big step for him, and hopefully he can do again.
Okay. I just want to talk about the players that you brought back from loan, the young players that you brought in as well. What have you seen of them this week, and do you see them as viable first-team Premier League players that you brought in? Is Danny Ward a viable first-team goalkeeper for you?
Yeah, we all first of all we took them back because we had, obviously some problems in the squad with injuries. So and we had our players, and before we should watch around the world, we should watch in our own house what's here. So and I spoke about this, I think, in the last press conference. But if they are not the best situation in the club, so where we gave them on loan, then let's try again here. Let's show what you did. And now they are here. Not all of them will be in the squad. Not all of them will have matches in the Premier League in this season, but that's not important because they are all young enough, and we want to take a little bit of the rush out of the development. Because if you're 18 years old and go to a foreign club, on the player on your position is maybe 34 years old and experienced, and it don't will give you the position as a present. And why nobody of us was with 18 years in the most important fight of his life, so hopefully, and so let them bring back and develop together as a team, in the U21, train with us as often as possible, and if they make the important steps in the parts where they have to develop, then they can play. So they all have the potential for this, but potential is not the only decisive thing. So you have to be ready. You have to be to be ready for the failures, what you can make under 80,000 eyes. So it's not too easy to stay stable in situations like this. So to prepare them for what we want from them, that's the plan. And for this, I think it's better they are here than they are somewhere.
Yeah, could we just check the injury news and take it? Henderson, Sako, Colo all came through okay.
Henderson, okay. Okay. Sako, okay. Yeah, it's not perfect, but okay. Fourth name?
Colo.
Colo, okay. Still in the ice bath.
Lauren, how's he doing?
No.
No. And Daniel Sturridge, any update?
No.
Yeah, any idea when he might be back?
No.
Right, guys, thank you very much.